Guys, this is a midweek recap, and specifically the production of this video is in relation to Forex trading. And for guys who are members to this channel, you know we have two types of analysis. We normally have one for Forex, and then we have another one for volatility indices, especially for the guys who trade with binary.com. Now, this is a review of the video that I posted earlier on in the week in terms of review of the setups and the opportunities for the new week. So I will quickly go through each and every chart that we discussed in the beginning of this week, and just see how they are playing and see whether there are any recommendations, whether they're going smooth, whether it's a flow, whether it's a tick, and we build from there. And we will be doing this every Thursday or Wednesday of every week as a recap of the analysis that we have already projected into the new week. Welcome to Traders Lounge. My name is Mike, and if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscription button, share with your friends, and let's build a community of traders who can actually build and earn a full-time income while trading. So shall we? So for purposes of starting, I'll start with Bitcoin. Our bias for the week was a sell or a bearish setup, and guys, as you can see, we are on an ascending channel, which price has been playing and consolidating on this channel for several days now, more than 2 to 3 weeks. Anytime you find price bouncing up to this channel, it's an opportunity to add a sell opportunity, but our bias still remains the same. As soon as the consolidation is over, our target price is at 16,538 as our immediate take profit. So we still believe that Bitcoin and generally even the other cryptocurrencies still have room for the downside. Guys, we have not exhausted the downside, so be very careful. You can even see from the RSI we are getting to the overbought region, and this is on the daily chart. So be very careful. Any buy opportunity right now will be too risky. The only opportunities that you get into is sell, and in the short term 16,538 is our immediate target. Let's move to silver. Silver, we had projected and indicated this yellow box as our point of entry on a sell, and as far as I'm concerned, this is still a very good sell. The market is still consolidating. I had entered in a bit earlier, but based on the account size, I think it's manageable, because at the end of the day, from the yellow box, depending on the setups on the lower time frame, especially the 4 hour, 1 hour, I can add an extra other trade for a sell to the downside. Our immediate target profit is 17.84, so that still maintains. Guys, let's be patient with this trade. It can roll into the new week, but definitely it is a brilliant good setup. Let's move to gold. My bias for gold is more or less still the same. We are playing within the blue box, as you can see, and our bias is still on a sell that can take us to 1679.18. Price is still consolidating. Let's see how the market closes for the week. For that will give us a brilliant opportunity to be able to see how to build on this conversation into the week, but my bias is still on a sell. This was a proper retracement. Let me just see. As you can see, we are on a 61.8% retracement, which makes it as a very premium discounted market for a sell. So our bias is still, let's hold on the trade. It's a good sell. Moving on to Swiss pairs. For the Swiss pairs, our yellow box was at the region of 0.7374 to 7500, and as you can see, price is moving on swiftly towards our target area, which is 70, which is our target area is actually, just a minute, 0.71130. That is our target area to exit from this specific trade. So that is still a sell. Let's hold on to it. Just before I forget, still a sell, but be extremely careful. When I draw a box, it basically means that you're supposed to have your stop loss slightly above that. Now, ideally for such a setup, my stop loss would be, just a minute, my stop loss will be at 0.7, from 0.751 and above, because then now that forms a risk of 1 to 3, which is quite reasonable for that trade. New Zealand Swiss franc, same thing. We're still on that blue box, but for this particular trade we have to be very careful, guys, because there's a likely potential that price may first of all rate to the upside, retest there before we have this move to the downside. So for this one, I am not in that trade. I'm carefully watching it, but that is what I see. New Zealand yen, we are at the blue box. I entered a bit earlier, but it's still okay. We are at the blue box, and with this retracement we expect a further continuation to the downside from the blue box. So this is still a perfect sell. But on this particular trade, kindly have your stop loss above the blue box. Anything above 8,700 for me is a no-no. But this is a risk to reward of 1 to 5, which is a very good setup. Canadian versus Japanese yen, blue box. Look at what happened. Hit the blue box, price came back, still trying to hit the blue box, but we are looking at a fair value to sell and take this price to 101,203, still a sell. Then euro yen, still the same, just like the other yen pairs. Our focus for the week and most likely even for next week is still a sell, and our target is at 132,781. So hold on to this because price is slowly falling from the blue box, from the yellow box. Guys, the same case with the pound yen. From the blue box you can see price is slowly moving down to our target profit. Our first target area is 158,072. that is our first target. However, the second target is at 154,140, but we have to hit there first. So I think for the yen pairs are going smoothly. For the Swiss franc pairs, we're still having a consolidation apart from a few like the CAD Swiss franc. NZD Swiss franc, we have to really be careful because I think the NZD will still has more potential for being stronger for the next couple of days before we see a bearish momentum on it. But generally for the yen pairs, we are bearish. Now on to the US dollar pairs. Now this is one of the US dollar pairs have not really gone well this week, but I'm still holding into the trade because my risk to reward, my loss per trade is extremely small. I had entered very tiny volumes on the dollar related pairs. This was the yellow box. Instead, prices quickly shot up, and if you can see, the New Zealand US dollar is forming an exactly same pattern that New Zealand Swiss franc is trying to form. You see, sorry, that's why I said for the New Zealand Swiss franc, I am still on the sideline as I wait for this price to at least bounce back to retest this particular area before we make any decision. Now, that is exactly what New Zealand US dollar has done. I'll still be very keen on this particular setup, in as much as I still believe we have potential to go down. So normally how I treat such kind of a setup when I'm not certain, I enter with a very low risk in terms of volume, and then as price gives me further confirmation on retracements, it gives me an opportunity to perfectly enter an additional trade to the downside, because I can see even from the RSI we are approaching an exhaustion area, and that basically means that when I look at it from the Fibonacci, guys, we are at a 76% retracement, which is very, very discounted. Nevertheless, I'll have a look at these into the new week. We cannot enter this trade right now because it's too late. We are heading to the end of the week. We will analyze these over the weekend and see the possible scenarios that we can come up with in terms of additional sell setups. That is the New Zealand dollar. I think generally our bias was for a weaker New Zealand, but generally as how the week is going, it is still on a stronger buy area, though with exhaustion. So we expect it to at least go for a month, sorry, for a couple of days or 1 or 2 weeks before we finally see that move to the downside. US dollar CAD, we are on the yellow box. A very perfect trade, to re-enter the market, guys. Let me just, a very perfect place to re-enter the market, because now I've entered an extra position there. This is a perfect swing to take us back to 321.32048 as our take profit. I hope you have seen that. This is, and I think I gave this as one of our main trades for the week, and you can see why. This one is very, very, very prime. Pound dollar blue box, we still expect it to come down to 1.17649. so guys, as you can see, that's a perfect entry, though it had a much higher retracement. The same with the euro dollar. We are sitting in a very critical area of a descending channel, as you can see. So this is a perfect entry for, if you wanted to enter sell, you can still enter sell there with an immediate target of 0.99309. So guys, thank you so much for watching. That is a review and a recap of the trades that I had analyzed at the beginning of the week. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe if you've not subscribed to this channel. Drop us a comment in the comment section. Tell us what you need us to improve in terms of our analysis. Give us your own observation, because we may be right, we may be wrong. You never know. Let's analyze, let's talk to each other, and let's build a community of strong, sustainable traders. Until next time, have a great day and good luck trading. Cheers.